Whew. What a long day at work today.
Oh, now you're all chipper.
I've had a great week this week. How about you?
I look forward to the day you say that again. I'm telling you, it all boils down to being inside all the time.
All the time, being inside all the time and not going to the gym at all, I think is...
That's probably the primary thing, but like, I don't know, like in the spring, you go outside a lot.
Yeah.
Like you like to just be in the backyard. Like we have a lot of different like areas where that's like this section has these plants, and then back here it's these new trees we bought, and it's over here.
We got
and like
the worms back here.
Yeah, and then when you can't do that because literally it's so hot outside from like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
the rest of the day. And then the other thing I would point out is that like, what percentage of your day do you think is spent in your office?
Like 85%.
I would say minimum 85. And your curtains are blackout curtains. And because you have screens that you're trying to work on, you have to keep those closed.
Yeah.
So like literally you joke about it, but like walk in your office and I'm like, Spencer? And you're like, I'm like, no, really, you should literally.
Today you came to my office and I think I was working on, and sometimes when I'm working, like, especially doing creative work, like I like, there's a block. I like can't do it if somebody's behind me, you know, like standing over my, like, cause I feel like
no, there are times where you've gotten very sassy and snapped at me. And
like,
I'm
today you came into my office and you were like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, do you need something?
Yo, you were very rude. And I was like, just offering to make lunch, but
I'm just gonna make you.
No, actually, this is what happened. I walked in and I was like, sorry. Number one, something, some chore kind of thing. Number two, some housekeeping thing. 3, I'm gonna go get sandwiches at Jimmy's. And you were like, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you need some outside time. You need some sunshine.
Yeah, we're working on it.
The problem also is that we are staying up late lately, so we get out of bed and start our days at 9, and by then it's like, well, too hot.
Yeah.
So before these cool off too much, speaking of hot fucking weather, I thought a hot toddy would be nice.
Shannon's like fully invested. We were talking about Christmas last week.
No, it's because I'm sick.
Oh yeah.
I went to my doctor and he was like, yeah, it's viral. Like you've got something. I'm like, yeah, it's like a gross.
Let's just cheers these really quick.
No. I already did. I'm not doing it again. I haven't tried it yet. I mean, it could be terrible.
You're like, not bad. You're like, I went to the doctor today and he's like, you have a virus. You're sick. No. You need to recover. And you're like, okay, I'll make hot toddies as my third cocktail tonight.
Don't. No, we agreed. You cannot make me laugh right now. It's immediately like so deep in my chest. No, it started out with like day 1. I was like, ooh, I feel like I slept with my mouth open.
Yeah.
Allergies, drainage, no big deal. Next day I was like, it's
when I was
a little worse. And then it was just like
streaming, I guess it was 2 nights ago, maybe. I was like getting, like when you're kind of like congested or something, you have a little bit of drainage or whatever. And like every time you get like to the 7th word in a sentence, like there's like something creeping up back there. I was starting to get that. And I was like, if Shannon got me sick, I swear to God.
But I just feel like when one of us is sick, I'm like, it's a matter of time. Yeah. But yeah, I was on like a work call yesterday and oh my God. This is going to get really bad, but it's so worth it. Okay, so as you can see, I can't make it very long without coughing. But I'm in the phase of being sick. It's like day 4 or 5. I'm in that phase where my cough is like deep but really dry. Yeah. And like taking a super deep breath is kind of hard. Like everything's just a little bit of a struggle. And so I'm in a meeting, my like 1 Zoom meeting a week. And I used to have like 6 a day. Now I'm like 1 a week. So I'm trying to like commit to, focusing on this conversation and meeting with this team. And I had to update them on a lot. So I was talking a lot. Yeah. And I just talk a lot. And so my water bottle had just run out and I was like, fuck, I'm dying. Like I couldn't make it through like 1 sentence without like, sorry, excuse me, cough. Yeah. And so I texted you and I was like, Spencer, I am desperate for water. Yeah. Like, can you please bring me water? And we have like read receipts on with each other and you didn't read it. So I was like, Spencer, I'm begging you. And I sent you like multiple like parched SpongeBob memes.
Dried out SpongeBob.
It was perfect because the first one was like, water.
Yeah.
And the next one was like, I need it. I was like, this is great. And so you finally come in, and this is the part of the story that is not at all funny, but it kind of is.
For us, it's funny.
Yeah. So I think I've mentioned this before. I stopped using headphones a long time ago because just connecting and disconnect. I was like, whatever. I'm just going to, whatever. So he can hear the conversation too when he walks in the room to fill up my water bottle. And the woman I'm on the phone with was like
sharing really bad news,
really
personal bad
personal,
news.
Very sad, horrible news. And I literally was like trying to react without, you start to think about your reaction.
Yeah.
And you're like, is it too much? Is it not enough? Am I coming across as flippant? I don't care. Like what's professional? But anyway, so I'm like trying to balance all these things. And it's like the first time I'm hearing it, and all you hear is Spencer pouring.
I'm like pouring
a water bottle,
pouring a jug of water into your water bottle, and it's like the most classic filling up water bottle, water hitting a bottle.
And I'm like trying to control, react appropriately as I can think. And I literally was like,
because I can't stop.
And
There's no way I could do that in another room.
Did you not want me to? I was like, why? Yes, but come on. And so of course I'm like, you fucking kidding me? As I mute myself. And of course this woman is like, are you okay? What's happening? I'm like, nothing. No. Oh God. And it was really comical. And it's hard because we don't have an audience. No one's laughing right now. So I'm like, is that funny?
Do you guys think that's funny?
Anyway.
So we're here on welcome to Hypercritical podcast, where two entitled people
ignore doctor's orders.
Drink hot toddies as a form of medicine.
No, and we've been talking for a while now, and I need a warm liquid goo. What movie?
Warm liquid goo phase
complete. It's complete, and then evacuation.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so it is not hot toddy weather, but it is hot toddy weather.
Hot toddy necessity time.
And my doctor, in fairness, didn't say don't drink alcohol. He just said you have a virus and here are some supplements to fight it off.
Yeah, so welcome to Hypercritical, the podcast where two entitled people have opinions about things. I'm Spencer, and this is Shannon. And somehow miraculously,
y'all, he's had trouble with words. Not the last episode, but the one before. I feel like you had multiple missteps.
Yeah, miraculously.
Hold. What word did I say? And I was confident it was a word. And I go, is that right? And you go, no.
Is synchronized. Not synchronized.
The word is synchronized. And I said
synchronally or something.
No. Anyway.
Yeah, and something like that.
Really funny though. I'm fucked up, y'all. I'm
somehow, miraculously, the cats haven't touched this Monopoly board in a solid week.
Weird.
Yeah. Don't know how that happened. Anyway, so we're going to continue, and we are on a timer, so we've got to keep this episode tight. So let's get going. I have no idea whose turn it is. I think it's mine because you just cliffhanger.
I bought Park Place.
Cliffhanger. Shannon landed on Park Place.
Synchronized.
11.
Synchronized. Nothing?
Nope.
Oh, you landed on your own property. Yeah. I see.
Again. Still doing this.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have Mediterranean. I might as well get Baltic.
Sure.
$60.
$60.
Remember when I tried to pay you $200 for $16 rent?
I should have taken it.
And you go, what is that? Okay. I was like, oh.
Okay.
Nothing. Okay. May I please have Baltic Avenue? Oh, that's perfect.
It's perfect.
I'm going to remember what word I said instead of synchronized.
7.
It was really funny at the time.
Atlantic. I feel like we keep landing on these yellow ones and nobody's like, Everybody's like, I don't want to buy it.
Well, I just feel like we want something else to happen with properties before we start buying more, because nothing has happened beyond minimal rent payments to each other that are just equaling, or it's like a wash.
I also roll a 7.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Landing on jail doesn't mean you're in jail.
I always forget that. I'm like, fuck. Oh, it's fine.
7. That's the third 7 in a row.
Really?
That's super lucky.
Ooh, interesting.
Which means I'll
what?
get something good from Community Chest. Collect $100.
That's actually really surprising.
Life insurance matures.
There is nothing mature about you.
Plenty of mature things about me.
Doubles. Sorry, that's probably really loud. 10.
We should also talk about something, though. So you're going to free parking.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Free parking.
Last week we talked about Christmas and growing up and setting trash cans on fire. What do you want to talk about this week?
We already talked about a lot of our childhood stuff as far as like running wild in the streets and playing street hockey. We talked a lot about family holidays in general.
That was me in like elementary, a little bit middle school, like middle school time. Like in 6th grade, I like met. I've always had like one friend.
You don't have Pacific?
Nope, nobody has Pacifics. $300.
Shit. I just don't want you to have it, but I'm not going to spend $300 on it. Proceed.
I like my entire life. I've had like a single friend, and like in 6th grade, middle school, I met my friend Will, and like we would like run around the neighborhood doing middle schooler stuff, and like we would have like Nerf gun wars even in middle school, and like
so cute.
we made like compressed air cannons out of PVC pipe that you'd pump up with a bike pump and then shoot. Like Will's was set up to like shoot like a taped up thing of like nickels, and I'm like, that could kill somebody.
That's super dangerous. That's asking for trouble.
Like you could probably be arrested for having that.
Yeah.
But it was also like a bazooka size thing. It was, like it's not
What
something
would you shoot it at?
We'd go out to like the soccer fields and like just shoot stuff across the but so we do dumb stuff like that, but that was also when I started like really like playing video games, like World of Warcraft era and all that stuff, like where I started playing video games. Like Will and I would stay up until like 8 o'clock the next morning. 8 o'clock the next morning playing Gran Turismo, which is a racing game, and like literally.
How is that different from the one that's like full of prostitutes?
That's Grand Theft Auto. That's more of a story oriented game.
How do they get away with making a game where you're literally stealing cars?
That's the game.
That just feels irresponsible.
Gran Turismo is like a professional racing game. Yeah. I think they just made a movie about it. Where'd you go? You just got up and left. 6. Ooh, I think we have to do this. It's a risky move, but we're doing it. But yeah, I think they just made a Gran Turismo movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Are people just running out of ideas for movies and they're like,
Oh, yeah.
here's an old game. Let's make a Dungeons and Dragons. Well, Dungeons and Dragons is originally a board game, right?
It's more of like, it's not really a board game. It's more of like I guess you'd call it like a tabletop game. But it's more of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not a board game.
I think that's what I mean, though. It's not, it didn't originate as a video game.
No.
I see what you mean, though.
Yeah. And like that game, Gran Turismo, like we'd stay up until 8 in the morning, like literally doing endurance races.
That's $150. Nice. You're building in loan matures.
Doing endurance races in Gran Turismo, which is literally like the most simple tracks, like in a loop for 4 hours.
Which, like, why is that fun?
And like we'd like trade off And
Just
like
to
somebody,
see like who can make it the longest, or if you can make
like
it
I think like you could unlock something for completing it, or we were just trying to complete the game and all this other stuff. So like somebody would be playing a game on the computer, playing World of Warcraft or something, and like we just switch places and take the driver's seat, which is probably how racing teams operate to a degree. Like
100% they do. Did you not watch Ford versus Ferrari?
No.
I mean, the Le Mans race is a 24-hour race, and there's multiple drivers, and they just take turns.
Yeah.
They drive for like a few hours at a time.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what we're doing.
Yeah. By the way, a hot toddy. No. Hot toddy is.
Oh yeah, what are we drinking? A hot toddy.
Yeah. So it's honestly one of those things. It's like a little bit flexible. It's not quite to the level of like a Bloody Mary, but it's basically some combination of like hot water or like a hot tea, like a black tea or ginger tea, rye whiskey, Irish whiskey, Scotch, like anything that you prefer the flavor of.
Yeah.
Lemon, honey, typically it's like a cinnamon stick. Sometimes the lemon slice has the like clove studs
Oh yeah.
in it, but just served hot.
It's kind of like alcoholic tea.
It's like tea that you add honey to and lemon and then
which a lot of
make
people
it
do.
busy. Right, exactly.
Tea, lemon and honey tea. I remember the first time having a hot toddy at Meridian Room.
Oh,
On an Exposition Park when we moved down to Dallas.
man.
Like grungy bar, but they would do what was it, Wednesdays or something like that?
Like half price food?
Half price food on Wednesdays. And they had like a holiday drink menu, and we went and met a friend there and had hot toddies, and it was like, just cheap
Grungy
street
neighborhood bar.
But like the food was fairly good.
Really good at Meridian Room.
Go ahead and roll, because we are on a time limit.
I remember the first time, doubles. The first time I had a hot toddy, I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
And I was expecting more of like an Irish coffee. So I was a little bit disappointed.
It wasn't like milkshake.
Basically, I was basically imagining like something, like a boozy hot chocolate or whatever. I had no idea what it was. I was like 18, maybe a little older, but
18, Shannon.
5,
This isn't Europe.
6. So that reminds me, when I first went to Europe, collect $50 from every player for opening night seats at the Grand Opera. When I first went to college, it was my senior year of. When I first went to college? Did I just say that?
Yeah, it was your senior. When you first went to college, it was your senior year.
Went to Europe. It was my senior year of college, and I went with a bunch of my girlfriends. Actually, it was like probably all in like 25 to 30 of us. It was like a class thing. It was a World War II trip.
Do you roll 6?
Yeah.
Do you roll again?
I know. I'm busy collecting cash right now. But it was funny because one of our friends is very petite and short and adorable. And basically everywhere we went, she got carded, and we thought it was really funny. And we're only 22, so it's not that funny. But then we were like, wait, what's the drinking age here? And then she was like 18. So like she was even worse. It was so funny. 9. Where am I?
Right there. Community chest. Good job.
Is that you?
Yeah, $10. $10 rent.
Have you ever used a fake ID?
No, I've never even had. I mean, I didn't think those are things that people actually had.
Oh God, yes.
You had a fake ID?
I didn't have a fake ID, but one night I used, I was a sophomore, I think, and this girl who was a senior, we honestly didn't really look alike, but in her picture, it was, you'd look at it and be like, you could totally pass for her. Yeah. And I used it to get into a bar one night, one time. And knowing me, I like made it a whole thing with the like bouncer and like talked to her for a long time and was like super friendly. It was really easy. And she's like, oh yeah, let me see your ID, after we had like become friendly. And it wasn't in like a, what are you trying to do here way, like really legitimately worked. I think it was at a bar in Sherman called the Library.
Doubles.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
States Avenue. Neither one of us has that. I'm just going to leave it. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
5. $12.
$12. All right. If we were to Peter Griffin.
Oh, I mean, I've never like, I hardly even drank underage. In fact, I don't know if I even did. Yeah, I probably did.
You must have.
There was like a couple times, but like.
Yay!
The waterworks.
$150.
I think the day I turned 21, you and me and like Morgan and somebody else went, or maybe I can't. Oh no, it was the day.
It was
you
my
turned
birthday,
21.
and you weren't 21 yet,
And
so we
they
couldn't
wouldn't
go to
let
Barcadia.
They wouldn't let me into the bar.
Yeah, it was awkward.
And I should have just been like, I really don't want to go anyway, so I'll go home. It's not a big deal.
You wanted to stay with me.
I did want to stay with you. We were younger then, and
we had just started dating.
Yeah.
Got cute.
What a good guy.
Yeah, we didn't go that night. We went to Barcelona, which was fun.
Your turn.
You own that.
Yep.
Short line.
The short
yeah,
line.
baby.
Can you afford it?
How much is it?
200.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you didn't roll doubles this time.
Oh, I was going to say, when you think about Peter Griffin and his TV show.
B&O. How much do I owe? 100?
Rent is $25.
Nope. You
wait.
own 3.
If 3 are owned, $100. You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah.
Finish that sentence.
What really grinds? Wow. What really grinds my gears is what you're asking?
Mm-hmm. $200, please.
When I don't know. I can't think of anything specific. What's yours?
For each house, pay $25. Each hotel, pay $100. I don't have either.
So nothing.
Here's one.
I've got a list.
No, I was at a grocery store today, and people amaze me. When people are just like aimless.
Yeah.
And I get needing to figure out where you are, what you're looking for, whatever, but like be aware of the space that you're taking up. You know what I mean?
We gotta keep moving.
And just be considerate to other people for a second, and like, oh, sorry, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so when people are the opposite of that, and they're like with their cart blocking something, and then maybe they even hold on to the cart and they're looking at something here, but maybe even a little farther.
Yeah.
And like barely, I'm like, you're taking up like 8 feet right now. And I need the thing that's in between your elbow and your shoulder. Cause you just,
yeah.
Why do you have to, the whole section? There's a lot of that today, Jimmy's. It was making me crazy.
Yeah.
And like all these girls came in.
This is yours.
Like 4 girls came in, and they each had like a 2-year-old with them.
Ugh.
And Jimmy's is really small.
That
so
really grinds my gears.
If you have a 2-year-old with you, I understand you have very limited options as far as like, are they walking and you're holding their hand and they're moving really slowly? You know, whatever the case may be. So they all opted for kid in cart.
Yeah.
So you've been to Jimmy's.
And so they all want to stay together.
And they're in a row.
Yeah.
And then of course they're like, it'd be fun to get a glass of wine while we look around. Yeah. I'm like, I love that Jimmy's does that, but so everywhere they went,
this isn't a place where you take your kids as like a little fun little girls outing where you take your kids with you. This is a grocery store that's about the size of the room that we're in right now.
Yeah.
You rolled doubles again.
I've literally never done that so much. It was annoying.
I also dislike when there's
Illinois Avenue.
20. I also dislike when people are like not paying attention, or they're just like slowly walking across the street. Like
that happened to me. This is the other reason why we don't go out.
And you're like,
because this sort of thing happens.
I know that I have like a 3-second window to turn left on this street, and it's my only chance. And you're walking as slow as you can, and you do not have any interest in making this go by any faster.
That happened to me on the way to the post office today. I was driving down Swiss, and this couple like parked, And the girl got out of the passenger side and like left the door open and was like contemplating all of her life decisions before closing the door. And then she started to slowly walk across the street. And then her husband or boyfriend or whatever got out of the driver's side. And I've never seen someone walk so slowly and so like unaware of their surroundings. And he finally looks up at me and he goes, I was like, yeah, fuck you, man. Like, I'm trying to, it's hot. I don't want to be in my car right now.
Yeah, no.
You're in my way.
I mean, I don't know. I think that like, and maybe, I don't know why, but whenever I'm like doing something, and I think it's the video game conditioning in me, but I'm like, I have a mission and I have to get there and I have to execute it and get back.
I was also hungry, so I was like, it felt the same way. Like I had like a map to get through because I did the thing in maps that was like multiple stops.
Oh yeah.
So I could see my path, and it was like, this is only supposed to take 5 minutes to get to the post office and to leave the post office, and you're cutting into my time.
Yeah.
I just remember when I worked retail, my manager was like, I hate rude people. Victoria hates dumb people, and Paula hates slow people. Yeah. And I was like, I hate all of them, but I'm going for slow.
Yeah.
Rude is unacceptable, but slow, I'm just like.
I mean, I think I dislike rude people more than I dislike slow people. Slow people are 26 again. You should know this.
I would remember.
Slow people, and like, you're like, you're just in your own world right now, or maybe like you have bad hip or whatever, like I get it.
Try to benefit of the doubt the situation.
There's ways to justify it, but when you're like an asshole to people, especially in retail, you're like, what's wrong with you?
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I may be critical of stuff and I may like have opinions and like walk out of the store and be like, man, that was fucked up. Why would they do it that way? But like, I will never say that to somebody.
I have such a hard time. No, I agree.
Somebody in public would have to like egregiously insult me. Not like
bad.
Like,
right.
Like somebody could like mildly insult me and I'd be like, yeah, whatever.
Because typically like 9 times out of 10, it's a let's talk about it after.
Yeah.
And vent and bitch. But like you and I have never been the kind of people who are just like flat out rude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. Like people that just like have that as their like default mode, I don't understand. Well then honestly, now that I'm like a little older, when I experience that stuff, one of my first thoughts is like, not to give them a pass, but it's like, what kind of life do they lead? What are they dealing with? Like, who knows and who cares? Because you know what? If you want to be an asshole and you need to like cut the line or take that parking spot or cut me off on the highway, as long as you're away from me, I'm gonna let it happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like people that like dash in front, and like I don't care. Like I don't get road rage. I don't get like.
Take a ride on the reading. If you pass go, collect $200.
My last one was go to the next railroad. So I was like, man, how did that happen again? People that like cut you off and like, I'm just like, you're a jerk, whatever. Or like, they steal your parking spot and you're like, yeah, fuck off, dude.
I get more angry than that.
Like,
but
yeah, you enough. Lean over and honk my horn while I'm driving.
It's totally involuntary. I just can't stand people.
But like, I don't care. I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm going to move on with my life. It's when like somebody is like, because that's like, when you're in a car, it's like anonymous rude. You're like, yeah, you're a jerk. I'm not gonna.
There are plenty of stories in Texas of like road rage incidents, people getting like literally
and that's why I tell you not to do that stuff.
I'm sorry.
Because you just have to run into the one crazy person that's gonna like run you off the road and shoot you. And
that's really happened here. Yeah. It's happened in a lot of places, but like
to that same degree, you feel the anonymity when you're in the car and you're mad.
True.
You're like, oh, they can't affect me. They don't know who I am. They can, but they're feeling the same way. Like, I don't care. It's just some random fucking person in a car. They're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And so they're a jerk. But like when somebody's rude in person,
the
like in a restaurant or something, and you're like, it's just like,
I don't know. Is it like the way they were raised? Yeah. Like, I don't know. Did I tell you about the girl I saw on Instagram who did the like bit about like being the first in line at the stoplight?
From sale of stock, I get $45.
It's basically her showing the 3 different scenarios. So if you're first in line, the light turns green, the car behind you honks.
Yeah.
And you're like, it just turned green.
Yeah.
Will you relax? Second scenario is you're the second car in line. Still the first car in line. And she's like distracted looking at her phone. And after a while, she looks up and she's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't anyone honk to like help help me out a little bit? Jeez. And now I can't remember the third.
The third one's like they're a car back and they're like, what the fuck is wrong? Like honking on their horn.
Yeah, I think it's like you're the one honking.
Levels of where you are and how you react.
It's pretty funny.
Doubles again.
8.
You're cheating. You got chocolate on your fingers that are making them sticky so that you can control
I'm sensitive to people making jokes about chocolate with me.
You
States
got chocolate
Avenue.
issued when you're chocolate issued.
I got chocolate shamed growing up.
I don't have States Avenue.
Okay. 6. New York Avenue. I've also landed on that one a lot.
Yeah. $16.
I just feel like the times where I'm justified in like pushing back and not being rude, but like calling someone out. Like I got like a work related email last night that really irritated me. It was very like, the deadline, and I'm applying this tone. See, immediately I'm in the wrong right now. It was an email. You don't know what the tone was.
Yeah.
I read it like, your deadline was last week and we extended it for you. And I'm like, no, you didn't. The contract is this Friday, tomorrow.
Is you read it the way that you are going to default to, which is not usually the...
It's also hard because like hotel culture is really tough because...
hotels are terrible.
Hotels are terrible, but also, I mean, a good friend of mine that I've known and worked with in the industry for 10 plus years messaged me today and she's like, I might be done. Like COVID changed everything in that industry and it's so much harder to navigate. And she's like, I just can't fight anymore. It's constantly a battle.
Oh yeah.
But hotels are the fucking worst. But honestly, any scenario where you start with salesperson and then you sign a contract and you move on to like your manager, people are always like, oh, he's so nice. I really like this guy. I'm like, he's a fucking sales guy. Yeah. His job is for you to like him.
To get you to sign something that you're obligated to that is totally predatory. Like hotels are the worst. I hate hotels.
But what I hate is when people are like friendly and like, yeah, we can work with you. We'll do this. And like, and then over email, they pull out their corporate voice. Yeah. I'm like, don't do that. Pick one.
Yeah.
This person just went back and forth. And I'm just like, I see you.
We're going to run out of space at some point. So we got to keep moving.
Okay. I am.
Yeah. $18.
What is that?
Illinois Avenue.
Can you break a 50?
The bank will break it for you.
Okay. The takeaway here is do not trust salespeople. I think they can be nice. And, they can be like talented and they can even have not your best intentions. Like they are especially since most salespeople are on commission. Mm-hmm. You just have to be really careful. But like always keep in mind the next step.
You still have to pay me.
I know. How much do I owe you?
18.
The next step is always going to be they're not your person anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. I only have one. Give me $2. And like that's easy to forget. But I don't know. You just have to think about like, what are the worst case scenarios? Like what's going to come up down the road where this person's not going to be able to help me because it's not their job. Oh, doubles.
If I roll doubles to go into jail, do I get out?
No.
Darn it. Do I get to roll again?
Sure.
It didn't work.
8. Oh my God, 26.
You've landed on that almost every time you've gone
It literally
around.
happens so often.
Your turn.
I'm gonna see how many events I can plan that don't involve hotels at all. Doubles.
Wow. You should. I've said for like a decade that hotels are the worst.
Advance to Illinois Avenue.
That's one I own. It's up there. It's the one you landed on before.
That's Kentucky.
$16 or $18.
Okay, give me 200. Could you give me some 10s and 20s, please?
I just have so many hundreds. I'm just kidding.
I do.
Oh no, you roll again.
Favorite Thanksgiving side?
Favorite Thanksgiving side? Probably just mashed potatoes.
Okay, gravy. White Southern style peppery gravy or like drippings brown gravy? You just said mashed potatoes.
Yeah. With no gravy. Do people put white gravy on mashed potatoes?
Mm-hmm. With like
You rolled doubles again?
chicken fried steak.
Nerd.
4 eyes.
Yeah.
Waterworks. So I can do one more, but if it's doubles.
If you get doubles again, you go to jail.
9. Park Place. Yeah, white gravy is totally normal.
Oh, doubles.
And
So do I get that roll? I guess
Sure. Either way, gravy starts with like frond. So like you brown something in a pan.
I've been elected chairman of the board. Pay everybody $50. What?
You get the pan hot and then you add a liquid to deglaze, typically like an alcohol or like a broth, I guess. And then you add flour and it gets really super thick. That's weird. And then you keep adding broth to, what is weird? Name that movie. To, like thin it out and make more volume or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can just do that and stick to like wine, broth, demi-glace, that kind of thing to make like a brown gravy, or you add cream or milk.
Yeah.
So it's the same basis, but the liquid that you add to like really create all of the gravy itself. You like white gravy.
Yeah, I like white gravy, but like mashed potatoes, I'm okay with just
eating them with the other stuff on the plate.
Yeah.
You don't need gravy.
No.
But you don't not like gravy.
I mean, if there's an option for gravy, I might put a little bit on my plate, but I'm not like, oh yeah, gravy.
That's crazy.
I'd be happy to skip it.
I think it's just in England, maybe all of Europe, where gravy is like red sauce, like pasta sauce.
Really?
Like Sunday gravy.
They call like bolognese gravy.
Well, bolognese I think isn't the best example,
Yeah.
but basically, yeah. Like there's a scene in that
like
movie.
spaghetti and gravy would be.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like the movie Burnt. The little girl
Yeah.
says gravy, and he goes, "It's not called gravy anymore. Actually, it's called gravy again." Like it went. It was like almost like a trend. Okay.
Pay
That's a wash.
10% or $200.
10% of what?
What you have. So what do you have?
Well, which number?
Count your money.
Oh, my money. I thought you meant my property.
Income tax.
Oh, income tax. Fine.
How much money does Shannon have? Has anybody been counting, following along?
1,200 in hundreds.
Okay.
50. 1280. Wait, 20, 40, 60.
Yeah, you're at 1310.
1310.
I don't think you're over 2,000. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Pay 200.
Well, I'm not. I'm just gonna. It's a wash.
Yeah, got
If I
it.
pass, go. I actually really like green bean casserole when it's like not. Yeah. I actually love canned green beans. I haven't had them since I was a kid, but there's a girl I follow online who's like a fitness.
I hate canned green beans.
She's like a fitness influencer, and she's all about like healthy food and all this stuff. And she's like, the one thing though, y'all, it's canned green beans. They're just like waxier. There's something about it. No, I know it's.
I don't like the waxy.
I like it. 7. When did you buy houses?
Been slowly buying them.
St. Charles. Is that you?
Yeah, $10.
But yeah, when it's made fresh, like when we make green bean casserole, I think it's like solid. Like that's a good Thanksgiving Day side. As a kid, it was definitely sweet potatoes with the marshmallow, the broiled like marshmallow topping.
Oh, bank error in my favor. Wait, did I grab from community chest? Yeah, I did. It's supposed to be chance. I cheated. Get out of jail free.
You didn't cheat. It was just a mistake. Doubles. Y'all, I have never rolled doubles so many times in a game of Monopoly.
Is that Indiana or?
Kentucky.
Yeah, Indiana. In Kentucky.
It's Kentucky.
$90. Hey, bud.
What's going on?
I heard you crying up there.
So funny. 7. Waterworks. Okay, your question turn.
Do you have Pacific? Yeah. 26. What is your... Some of these questions, like, I know the answer to, though.
That's okay.
Like, what's your, like, birthday meal? Like, it's your birthday. You get to both... Okay, 2-part question. What's your birthday, like, go out to dinner meal? And what's your, like, home meal?
Do you know your answers for me? Do you know what my answers are?
Yeah.
Should I go first or should you go first?
Answer for you?
Yeah, I want to know how close you are.
No, you go first.
All right, go out to eat meal is either like steakhouse meal, like no holds barred.
Yeah.
I want like creamed spinach and like potato, like everything, like really good red wine, like craft steak dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Like end of summer, when we went, it was so good. Like
this restaurant in...
It's a Tom Colicchio
MGM
restaurant.
Grand in
Craft
Las
steak.
Vegas. And we went like 3 times when we had an event there because every time we would go, we'd either go there or they'd be like, oh, are you guys going to dinner somewhere? We're like, oh, yeah, we're going to Craft Steak.
But the first time we went, I was working with...
$28.
With MGM. And so we were there for meetings. It was the first time we went for meetings. And...
that was nice, like working with a hotel. And like we were doing a pretty big event there. And so like they were like, oh, yeah, why don't we make a reservation for you guys at Craft
None of them
Steak?
could go to dinner with us.
Yeah.
So they were like, where did you want to go tonight? And we were like, well, we're staying at the MGM Grand. We were thinking we'd go to Craft Steak. And they're like, oh, great
like,
choice.
And, you know, in a situation like that, we don't make any assumptions. But like, and so we weren't expecting anything. But they were like, do you mind if we order some stuff?
They're like, we're going to make a reservation for you. And they even just said, we'll send out a couple things that we like.
Yeah.
That's all they said. So you think maybe a starter and a dessert.
Yeah.
We got there and they basically had taken over in the best possible way. The server was incredible. And he's like, so I understand everything's been taken care of for you. We were like, what?
And so unless there's any allergies or anything, we'll just start sending out courses. And we're like, maybe
we picked a wine. I don't know. But it was like a salad, lobster bisque, 2 different kinds of steak, and like potatoes. It was the end of summer, so it was like the last of their like corn. I can't remember what the side was, but it was something with corn. It was not creamed corn, but anyway, I just remember being like, everything is so incredible. This is like one of the best dining experiences. And we were in like a round booth.
Yeah, we were in like a big booth.
Like tucked away. It felt very like private.
In the back felt private, but looking at the whole restaurant. So it was like obviously a pretty good spot.
Yeah. That was a great experience. So that dinner.
So if you're ever planning an event in Las Vegas, like...
Well, call me.
Yeah.
Because we went on like multiple site visits with the MGM team, and we were they were like, we own 13 hotels on the strip.
Yeah.
We need to plan VIP dinners. What do you want to see? Like, why don't we show you the best? Like, we'll show you everything. And we were like, okay. And we were walking across like every restaurant and every hotel.
Slam on the table.
Sorry, I'm just so excited about it because we got to see everything.
Yeah, but I think we probably did like 10,000 steps in a day or something.
Easily.
It was like...
Yeah. But Craft Steak dinner was incredible. Does it beat Best Friend?
Ooh, they're so different.
They are different.
Because Best Friend is like... How would you describe it? Is it Korean?
It's Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
But not like New York Korean barbecue where you go and you sit and it's like the grill right in front of you and you get like raw meats and it's not like, was that like yakitori and like Japanese culture?
Yeah.
It's not that. It was like, like bao type stuff and like vegetables and I don't even know how to describe it really.
It was more like like a Texas barbecue restaurant.
Yeah.
But Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. And it looks like the hotel's like convenience store. So you could walk right past it and be like, oh, it's not a restaurant. And you walk in and it is like t-shirts and like,
yeah, they have, well, that was
candy and stuff.
That was the like gimmick.
Is it Roy Choi?
Yeah. That they had like a convenience store that looked like, they wanted it to look like a Koreatown.
Yes. Yeah. I just remember it was like a ton of us. It was like the whole team the night before, both utilities, 10 times the amount on the dice.
Wow.
Shit.
$80.
We're all at this like super long table, and I swear every bite every single person took was followed by, God, this is good. Oh, I love Best Friend.
Yeah. Best Friend, I mean, it's so different, like, because when you go to a steakhouse dinner, just to generalize a little bit and not specifically talk about a restaurant.
True.
You know,
I still, in general, love a classic steakhouse dinner.
You leave and you're like, if you've gone all out at a steakhouse, you want to die.
That if you did it right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You're so full and you probably had some indulgent dessert afterwards and like
creme brulee or like lava cake or something.
Yeah. And you've eaten a way too much red meat and a bunch of fatty sides. Yeah.
Yeah, none of the sides are healthy. People are like, oh, you get asparagus. I'm like, it's cooked in butter.
Yeah. All of the, do you have Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
No. All of the sides, like even if it's a vegetable, is like literally cooked in butter.
Yeah.
You know, like, your arteries, you can feel your arteries being clogged.
So that's my going out. Or
versus when we went to Best Friend, you do leave in pain, but also like, I don't know, it's just like a different experience. And plus, if you went to a steakhouse, $14, you and this is just my bias, you might have had a cocktail, but you also had a bunch of red wine, so you've got like that red wine mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus like Best Friend, I remember their cocktails weren't that great.
Yeah, agreed. And also, I think we didn't really even want one, but it was one of those situations where everybody was there and everybody was going to get a drink. So I think we just like did it, and we're kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
What do you want?
North Carolina.
I should know that.
We're like down to 20 minutes, so we got to just keep rolling.
Okay. Being a railroad. Okay, so for me, going out on my birthday, it's either that kind of experience, like steakhouse dinner, or sushi. Okay. And honestly, even if it's not like fantastic sushi, it's doubles.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of want the place where it's like California rolls and spicy tuna and like nothing.
The same rolls I did last time.
That's weird.
And the same amount of money that I paid.
That is weird.
It's literally the same.
But you know what I mean? Like sometimes you want the like Uchiba. Sometimes I'm like, I want high quality, but like the basics.
Yeah, no, okay. In that sense, yes.
Not cheap sushi. I'm just saying like sometimes I want like a lot of rolls.
Yeah. Like and this is talking about being hypercritical, snobby, entitled, whatever. North Carolina again. Uncanny. We're just like rolling on the same.
I feel like this is like Groundhog Day Monopoly.
We're going to have to go into part 3. This is the problem with 2-person Monopoly is that it never fucking ends.
I feel like we've played Monopoly one-on-one plenty of times, and it's never gone this long. Right. I mean, doubles.
Yeah.
Looks so excited. Do you see him getting in that backpack?
Yeah, he's trying.
There's not room for him in there.
It's also zipped up.
Oh, God.
My turn.
Okay, wait. Speaking of hypercritical with sushi and stuff, you were saying.
I've gotten to a point because like we have our go-to sushi place that's like really good.
Mm-hmm.
I've also like missed a lot of past goes, so I'm like running out of money, and you're rolling in it. 8 again, wow. And I'm so used to like, oh, go to jail.
Shit. 3 in a row?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Oh, he made it in.
He unzipped the bag.
Yeah. Shoved his little head in there.
Okay.
So now we're both in jail. And I roll doubles.
And see, when I need to roll doubles, I won't.
$12.
What do you want? Virginia? I don't own Virginia. Oh, I do. 12.
Since we have a really good sushi spot, when we have like not great sushi, like when we were leaving LA and we went to that sushi restaurant, I had a piece of sushi and I was like, this isn't worth eating. Like, I don't want it. And like, that's rare for me.
That is rare for you.
To like not opt to eat food.
Yeah. You have a get out of jail free card.
Well, I didn't have to use it. You can buy it if you want.
I'm buying my way out of jail.
Oh.
I'm not buying your card. I'm buying my way out.
Okay. I'm not buying your card. That's not right.
What?
Oh, it is. Okay, I thought you rolled 11. I was like, you're cheating.
No. Okay, so at home, birthday dinner will always be what it was when I was little.
Yeah.
Which is
Tortellini
with
Alfredo sauce.
Homemade. It has to be my mom's Alfredo sauce.
Is it really homemade or is it packet made?
No, it's not packet.
I'm not throwing shade.
I felt like it.
Yeah.
But no, it is. And I hate, like, I don't think it's the same to get the, like, Bertolli.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't know what that is, but, like, Alfredo sauce needs to be made with, like, fresh ingredients. And my mom's is, like, Parmesan, cream, like, it's a whole thing. Oh, it's so good. It's got, like, a way more of a texture than it technically should, but I don't care. And then as I grew up, it became, like, you know, with Caesar salad and garlic bread and whatever, but... And it's so funny. My mom, for a while there, I feel like in my like adult years, she's like, what cake do you want? And I'm like,
I've passed go and landed on income tax 3 times in a row.
well, it says pay 10% or 200. So what's 10%?
Is it the lower?
It doesn't say.
Oh.
What if you just pay the lower one?
Oh, well, if it's lower, it's like not anything.
Doesn't say.
Huh. Well, I could have saved a bunch of money.
Sorry. I didn't think about it till just now. Yeah. It's not my fault.
I know. I'm not saying.
No, I'm talking to myself right now. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chance. Bank pays you dividend of $50. Okay, so what are your
I'm counting. Sorry, 1 second.
birthday meals? Don't bother him. That's what we say about the cats when they don't want our attention. Don't bother me.
Don't bother me.
Don't bother me right now, you guys. So we have voices for each cat. I know, it's lame. But you know what? If you own a cat or a pet, you understand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I'm not talking to you.
Wow.
You're counting.
Wow.
But we'll test each other sometimes and we'll be like, all right, who's this? And then we'll say something. And like we've yet to get it wrong. So funny.
My home, like, so, I mean, oops.
Doubles!
Oh my God. My going out is either Uchiwa and sushi, the good sushi that we just talked about, or going to like a
Sorry, I'm making a huge mess.
Italian restaurant and getting chicken parmesan.
What is your go-to Italian restaurant?
I mean, I don't have one right now.
Man, it used to be really good at Americano.
Yeah, Americano used to be my place.
We would get chicken parmesan there like once a week.
Yeah.
Literally, we would go get
It's a restaurant downtown in Dallas.
I can't believe it's gone.
We would go there once a week, and we would sometimes walk there. It was a pretty long walk.
It's like a 40-minute walk, which is a very long walk in Dallas.
Long walk for Dallas, yeah.
Oh,
doubles.
We would get Negronis, and they were perfect
Yeah,
Negronis.
perfect
Negronis.
Negronis.
So good.
They had really good appetizers. They had really good everything. Yeah. And then the like ownership changed, and they suddenly had, and not to say, wait, what is this?
You're
buying it.
Avenue.
And not to say this is necessarily a bad thing, but like when it went from being like, this was a place you get chicken parmesan And by default, it came with broccoli rabe. It didn't come with spaghetti.
And you could ask for it with spaghetti, but it was instead of broccoli rabe.
Right.
The default was broccoli rabe.
And so, like, it was non-traditional in a lot of ways, you know? Jesus, Shannon. $16.
But not non-traditional.
Yeah.
It was actually fairly traditional in the Italian sense. Because we would get, like, Frito Misto.
Yeah.
And I feel like the ingredients in that were pretty go-to.
Yeah.
And, like, the Negronis were good. And
But I just meant,
it wasn't
like it wasn't commercial.
Yes.
16. And then, yeah, they closed for a little bit. They reopened, and suddenly the chicken parmesan came with...
Talk about when we walked in that first time.
Give me $1 back.
If you remember.
Was that the time with the server?
With the white Negronis.
Oh, yeah, white Negronis.
We
ordered Negronis there, and they're like... They brought white Negronis out, and we're like, no, we just ordered
Negronis in an Italian restaurant. What is this? And, like, he was new, and we were really nice about it, but it was definitely like, actually, like, no, just, do you know what a Negroni is?
So...
Worse, though, the whole restaurant... I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to, like, end this point for a while. But, you know, suddenly the chicken parmesan comes with spaghetti, and, like, the top thing in the appetizer list is a garlic knot.
That was the death knell.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like as soon as we walked in and all we saw were suddenly like booths.
Yeah, they had booths set up.
And we just described Craft Steak as a place where we had this really amazing dining experience, and we were in a round booth off to the side.
Yeah, but this was like a row of booths down the middle of the restaurant where they used to have really cool decor and tables and stuff. It just felt a lot cheaper.
Which is a shame because I really do miss that restaurant. Although the restaurant that is there now is great. And actually the ambiance might be a little bit better even. But it's still sad because we did go a lot. Yeah. We would walk in and they would start making Negronis. They just knew. Oh, yeah.
That was our Uchiba before we had Uchiba.
Yeah, true. They were great there. One time we went in and David and Jackson were with us. And Jackson was only like 16 years old. And the only spot we could get us, sit was at the bar. And we sat down, and the bartender was a little awkward, or like maybe one of the, like a hostess. And she was like, actually, like if he's underage, he can't sit at the bar. And we're like, so what are we supposed to do? And then this other assistant manager rushed over, and she was like, nope, it's okay, it's fine.
They spend hundreds of dollars here
every week, and sometimes they're here twice a week. So just leave it, which was nice because that would have been embarrassing because it's like there's nowhere to sit, so we would have to just leave.
Do you have Boardwalk or do I?
No,
I do. Okay.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I bought it.
After I bought Park Place or
Yeah.
before? Oh, I didn't even notice.
I think that was when you randomly got up and didn't say anything and just walked away.
I'm sick.
25. I have Reading
But also
Railroad.
give me 200, please.
Oh, wait, you went to Reading Railroad at one point. And I didn't get paid for it.
Oh, yeah. How much? Okay, I'll give you 50. Give me 200 for passing go. I think because I have the other three, we both were just like, oh, it's a railroad.
Pretty soon we're going to have to there's about 10 minutes left on here, and we're going to have to do an outro.
Okay.
So
are we going to have to log where we are?
Either that or we're just going to have to tally, and somebody's going to have to concede, probably me.
Somebody's going to have to concede. I just want everyone to know that I have never beat him in Monopoly.
Never.
I've rarely beaten him in any game.
I will never concede.
In any game ever. So that's why when I say I hate chess, I hate chess. We tried playing multiple times, and I got my ass handed to me every single time. I am so bad.
Nobody has state. Okay.
What's your at-home dinner?
Chicken Parmesan.
You can't have the
14.
same answer.
But although we've never made a really good chicken Parmesan,
although I want
to
try one more time because I think my theory is correct. I think I know what we need to do.
Yeah, and I do think, even though I'm sure pan frying is great, I think the secret to making it be what you want is to deep fry the chicken.
We've also done that though.
That's true.
What the problem is when you douse it in sauce and cover it in cheese and put it in the oven to broil, you're going to make it soggy.
Yeah,
so
there's no
my
way not
theory
to.
is you keep the sauce hot on the stove. So you fry your cutlet, you have hot sauce ready, and you have cheese ready and a blowtorch.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
literally assemble.
Yeah.
Before it's
try
too
that.
late.
We should try that.
I need to buy a blowtorch, but I'm willing.
Did you do my piece? Oh, no.
No.
Wait. I moved your piece.
Yeah. Spencer. All right, I won.
Let's count our money up and our property values.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, so in assets.
I'm sorry. We're going to be quiet for just a minute while we count.
We can fast forward through this part.
It
Yeah. You can't force fast forward while we're fast forwarding.
was a joke. You need a nap. You give me crap for taking a nap every day, and I have a better disposition than you lately.
300. And then the mortgage values of these? Is that what we're going to do?
Sure.
All right. So we added up. What did your total come to?
3,040.
2,152. You won at Monopoly.
Why did you make that face?
'Cause I was
Why
trying to-
is the reverse side so
'cause I
much
was-
cooler?
Because I was trying to trick you.
I feel like I've never
Looked at the back of these.
looked at the back, and the back is so much cooler.
I think both sides look pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, but this is classic, but this
Yeah.
just feels...
Well, congratulations. You won at Monopoly.
Huh.
Good job. How does it feel?
I was just going to say, it feels great.
Good. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us on Hypercritical. We'll be back next week. Wait, episode 18 came out today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? 17.
Just going to find out first.
Episode 17.
Okay, so it'll be Monopoly, JoJo.
Yeah, so we have...
We're going to wrap up season 1 with a full
Yeah.
20 episodes.
We've decided, so... Well, we won't talk about that quite yet. But we have decided we're going to wrap up season 1. And we got big plans for season 2. We'll tease that again.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah.
I mean, they're big plans.
Yeah, they're big plans. We've got big plans. I mean, do we? Apparently we have, I mean,
I'm just
inconsequential,
kidding. Oh my God.
inconsequential plans. It's not that big of a deal.
We have big plans. Y'all
Uh,
just got a glimpse of my actual real life with Spencer. That was like a joke just now, but that's literally what he does. We're like, oh, okay, fine. You know what? That's fine. Today, he goes, you know what? I think I do need like a trim. Like, I think I need like a professional. And I go,
Like,
it's
maybe I
funny.
should clean it up a little bit.
I was like, it's funny. We're on our way to dinner last night, and he had just like washed and like combed his hair. And I just noticed on the drive to the restaurant, I was like, the back of his hair is just starting to curl up and out a little bit more than I think he maybe wants. I literally started to say something, and in my head I go, nope, you got to wait for him to be the one to say. So fast forward to this afternoon, he's like, you know what? I think I need to get a trim. I think I should get a haircut. And I told him the whole thing I just told you. And he goes, oh, great. Whatever.
So
you know what? I'm just going to go shave my head.
So you think I'm hideous, and I'll just go shave my head then.
Like, I can't wait. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But
You
I
wouldn't
was
think,
obviously joking in that moment.
You wouldn't think going into marriage that one of the like hot topics that you should probably just avoid at all costs is haircuts. But holy shit. Turns out it's haircuts.
I don't like getting haircuts is the problem. It's not like it's like chore to do.
I just feel like, do you know how many chores I deal with?
I mean,
for myself, but also for us.
Yeah, but
you just want to hide in your room and play video games.
I have to
and work for your video game company.
I have to stream that, which is work.
We should really stop.
Anyway, thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody for watching. We'd like to thank our patrons. Everybody's scrolling up the screen right now.
And listen, when you hear a movie quote that you recognize,
this guy right here.
I would really like for you to comment and say what it is.
Yeah, drop some comments. Say something.
I'm quoting movies left and right here.
Drop a comment down below.
Even if it's like, you guys suck.
Yeah. Well, there have been a few comments from friends that have just been like, so funny that you guys started a podcast, or like, making a random comment or alluding to something. The only like unsolicited random person comment we've gotten so far was somebody, you came in, it was the episode after the Little Debbie snack one. And you we opened the video with you taking a bite out of something, and somebody was like, eating on camera. Am I going to subscribe? Don't think so. And that was our only random comment.
Me eating on camera made someone sick. Fuck you. Hate that guy. Yeah. Block him.
So drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what.
Unless you're that guy, then just leave.
If you have any cool ideas for weird activities or games that we could play.
He didn't mean that.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Weird activities. Activities
or games that we could play, or topics that we could talk about. We'd love to hear them.
Please tell us what to do.
Help. Or if you'd like to hear more about the stream, Twitch.
No, we're not. No, we talked about.
Let me know.
No.
Let me know if you're liking the stream pushes.
No.
Or if you've enjoyed playing games with me before. Join us on twitch.tv/Hegmo. Stay critical.
Hegmo is spelled Hegmoe. Bye.
No, it's on screen. Hegmoh.
It's not there.
All right, so we'll do part 3 now. Everybody switch into your next outfit.
Jesus, no. What do you mean everybody? Are the cats in outfits?
You didn't notice the little bow tie?
Oh, they don't like those. Spencer. Oh. This. It's going to go away.